Hey guys, Matt with Green Bar Trading here. Welcome back to another video and another weekly watch list video where I'm going to go over everything that we need to know for the week ahead in the market. So up on your screen there is your earnings for the week. As you can see, there's not much there. Now, Thursday with FedEx, that's always a big one. That's one that I like to pay attention to because let's face it, they ship packages all over. So hearing how demand is with that and hearing how the company's doing, that's always one that the market seems to dial in. All right, so that's your earnings for this coming week. Okay, guys, so going over to our economic calendar, this is a big one. This is a big FOMC rate decision week. So Powell and the FOMC, they're going to lower interest rates, and that's going to be on Wednesday. So are they going to lower by a quarter point or are they going to lower by a half of a point? Those are the two options that they're going to do. And the market is split, basically 50-50 right now on a quarter or a half point reduction. So we'll have to wait and see what they decide to do. And then again at 2:30, that's when Powell starts to talk. So you get that initial move at 2 o'clock, and then at 2:30, just keep in mind that's when things can really start to move, when Powell starts speaking and discussing what their future plans might be for cuts in the future and what they're seeing in the market. He's already been talking about the labor market and starting to see cracks in that, which is not great for the overall economy. This is why they're starting to lower interest rates. I think that this is, maybe a time where the market is going to start to turn down because of everything built up. Well, now we're finally entering that rate cuts time. All right, so that's going to be on Wednesday, and that's basically all that we're going to be looking at this coming week. And, the rest of the week is looking pretty slow as far as economic, reports go. So again, Wednesday, circle this on your calendar. That's a big one. So that's your economic calendar for the week. Going over to Finviz. All right, so regardless of what you guys like to trade, these are some good ones to take a look at. These are in the small cap, the really good day trading stocks, the stocks that could give you huge moves. Look, this on Friday, 200%, 142%. 119%. That's in a day. That's in a day. So what I always like to look at is coming in on Monday, seeing if there's any continuation, because a lot of eyeballs were on those stocks. You can see here, TNON, this one had some crazy move. You can see there, and 24 million shares of volume. You had SMX, 49 million shares of volume. So a lot of volume. We'll see if there's continuation. So on the sectors and their relative performance, you can see here, Friday was a good day. You can see here, the week was a good week. There's a lot of green there. Now the month is looking good. This past week, the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, they all had amazing weeks, basically eliminating all the losses that we saw at the beginning of September, which is just a week ago. So basically you had a down week and then an up week. And when we get into the charts, you'll see we're basically where we started. So that's where we're at right now. And that's on Finviz if you guys want to check that stuff out. Okay, guys, now going over to the charts, we're going to look at SPY. That is the S&P 500 ETF. On the screen here, I have the 200 SMA, that's this orange line here. I have the 50 moving average, that's this cream colored line here. And then we have the 20 EMA. This is one for momentum. So when you get a market that is going up like this is my momentum indicator. Pullbacks to it in an up market like that will usually get a nice bounce, but that's for momentum. So, what I'm looking at is I'm looking at that 50-day moving average. That's what a lot of these trading algorithms are looking at for the overall market. So that's what I like to look at on mine as well. And I also have up here the volume. This is all those volume ledges that we're seeing. Right here, you can see this was a huge amount of volume from 510 to about 522. That's a big chunk of volume. And you can see here, price coming back down to it had a nice push out. So it used it as, kind of support. So now what are we looking at? We came down to this level here, right? This gap, and got a bounce out of it. So this is where all the volume has been in the last, let's say, couple months, has been basically here. So now above that is blue sky territory. There's been no volume above this. So let's see what happens. I mean, basically, you had week 1 of September coming down, closing on Friday, looking really, really bad, on really high volume on that Friday. And then we saw nothing but green days last week. So really tough to know that that's going to happen. But that's where we stand now, just off all-time highs. Let's see where we open on Monday. But that's your S&P 500. Again, on decent volume last week, we had a nice move. And that was because of the NASDAQ market going up about 6% last week. So this one has been lagging. We're far away from our all-time high, whereas the S&P 500 is right there knocking on the door. The NASDAQ is not. So this is what we see here. These are the volume ledges that I'm seeing. We're coming into some resistance with this big chunk of volume. And we also have this downtrend line here to contend with, all right? We did close for 2 straight days above that 50. That's a key indicator for me. It's a bullish sign that we sold off of it and then came back above it so quickly on pretty high volume. All right, so that's where we're at right now. We do have some resistance here, okay? So keep that in mind. Let's see how price reacts for the NASDAQ market right into this area. So that's what I'm seeing on the NASDAQ. Again, really quick video. Like I said, if you have any questions, leave it down in the comments section. I like to check in with you guys on the weekends, and I hope everybody is doing well. Hit the thumbs up for the video, and I will see you on the next one. Take care, everyone.